Use proper language. The fact that you're fucking swearing like a fucking sailor who's got his dick caught in fucking something he shoved it in while at sea is just proof that you don't actually think and you don't actually know how to properly use English. Bull fucking shit. We're speaking in the language of the Albion Sheep Fuckers. Okay? Naturally, to use English properly, you have to sprinkle it in full of swears. The purpose of English, which is why it became the language of sailors, and that's the language of business worldwide, because, well, the sailors controlled the business for so many years, is because English is useful for three things. Three things. Occasionally they're not yet done in tangent with each other. That is, the movement and position of livestock, various bodily functions, and various sexual acts. I mean, this is like natural, sometimes not even combined with each other. I mean, this is the language of the Albion Sheep Fuckers. We're talking in here. We're conversing with. And so if you're going to tell me to try to use proper language and wording, and I have no idea how to fucking use a camera, well, then I should suggest we start conversing and say German. That never gets old, suggesting that we should all be speaking German today. As that's a good idea. Something your forefathers were an idiot to stop. You fools! Or Latin or Sanskrit or Mandarin are all wonderful languages not created by Albion sheepfuckers and employed by sailors because of what the language is useful for. You know, the thing is, like, you know, the modern day Shakespeare, because this is something that everybody who's got like a fucking hard on for, like, I can't fucking, yeah. My inability to mime jerking off a penis on my own pelvis aside. Totally proof that I totally have one. The modern day Shakespeare would be none other than Snoop Dogg, or Snoop Doggy Dogg, or Snoop Lion, or... I'm totally one of them hip kids, totally with the groove, and totally on it, as you can tell. I don't even know what I just threw down there. I think it's Wicked Mad Clown Love. Whatever. But yeah, it's like the closest thing to a modern day Shakespeare is Snoop Dogg. If you actually understand how English works as a language and as a flow and as a construct. It's also why, like, you know, anybody that doesn't speak English acts like, you know, why the fuck should I learn this language? It's because it's the language of Albion Sheep Fuckers. You're being like, you have to be more like an Albion Sheep Fucker. I mean, I used to laugh at, like, animes that, like, had everywhere speaking Japanese. I mean, that's just an island, you know, that was imperialistic up until around World War II, when it lost those imperial ties and tried to set up a democratic way of doing things, and honestly was always more deluded as to what kind of world power it was, rather than, you know, actually was, and how much better it was than the actual rest of the world. And naturally, in all the shows that come out of there, they're everywhere speaking like Japanese, and they're in control of the major technological shit or whatnot. And then I realized why that isn't as silly. Because I'm speaking English and watching Doctor Who. When he doesn't always visit Earth, he visits present-day London. I mean, it's kind of like how, like, anything that attacks, like, you know, Sailor Moon attacks, like, you know, right where the Sailor Scouts are living. If they want to get away with anything, they just go to, like, you know, California or something. Though then they probably have some contrived sort of plot device to make it like some kind of movie where the Sailor Scouts are headed to California as kind of something. Or the Sailor Scouts in Paris. Or Guatemala or something. But, like, realistically, it's hard to actually even make fun of that trope portrayed in Japanese television. When I realize, wait a second, I'm not even an Albion Sheep Fucker. I mean, I do have some lineage based upon Albion Sheep Fuckery. And yet I am speaking the language of Albion Sheep Fuckers. And it just gets kind of weird because people keep insisting, oh, you should do it like it's a proper language. Dude, the only reason the world speaks it is because the sailors picked it up and to get fare on a boat, which was the main means of transport, up until, like, you know, the middle of the 20th century when we figured out how not to have planes drop out of the skies. I mean, as often as boats sink. Seriously, we're not as technologically advanced as we like to think we are. We're actually more competent than cavemen. We're cavemen with fire that comes out of sticks rather than like flint. Like, so yeah, do not tell me to speak proper English when I'm fucking swearing like a fucking sailor. You fucking retarded person who doesn't actually fuck sheep but likes to pretend they do. Which honestly in my head should actually be viewed as worse than actually doing it. But then I'm fucked. Rant over.